Green Bay, Wisconsin, April 24th, 2025. Outside Lambeau Field, more than 500,000 people have transformed Green Bay into the center of the football world. Fans wearing jerseys from every NFL team crowd the streets around Titletown. Music echoes through the plaza. Television crews broadcast from temporary stages built just steps from the stadium. Drones with cameras drift overhead while giant video boards count down the final seconds until the Green Bay Packers make their first selection in the 2025 NFL Draft. For a city of just over 100,000 people, it is unlike anything Green Bay has ever experienced. Inside the Packers draft room, however, the spectacle might as well be happening in another world. The room is calm, but it isn't relaxed. Months of preparation have narrowed to a handful of conversations spoken at a casual volume. Scouts scroll through laptops filled with documents and reports accumulated over months of travel. Position coaches continuously revisit arguments they have already made a dozen times. A magnetic draft board dominates one wall, every name representing thousands of hours spent evaluating not only athletic ability, but character, intelligence, resilience, and the kind of competitiveness that cannot be measured with a stopwatch. Coffee sits untouched in paper cups, jackets have already come off, sleeves are rolled to forearms. No one seems to be aware they're sweating. The draft has a way of doing that. To the millions watching on television, the NFL Draft is entertainment. Bright lights, highlight reels, Commissioner Roger Goodell reading names from a podium. To the people inside the room, it is something entirely different. Careers will be defined over the next 3 days. General managers will be praised for making bold decisions or criticized for mistakes that may not be revealed for years. Coaches know that the players chosen this weekend may determine whether they are still employed next season. Every selection carries consequences, measured not just in wins and losses, but in livelihoods. There is no such thing as a routine draft. Near the front of this pressurized room sits Milt Hendrickson. While others continue weighing possibilities, Milt quietly monitors the countless details that allow the process to unfold without interruption. As Director of Football Operations, his responsibilities extend well beyond the names on the board. League compliance, roster logistics, personnel transactions, communication between departments. It is meticulous work that goes unnoticed when done well and becomes impossible to ignore when it isn't. Nearly 30 years earlier, though, he had arrived in DeSoto, Wisconsin, with a teaching degree and little understanding of where that decision would eventually lead. Today, he sits at the head table for one of professional sports' most respected organizations. Green Bay is about to make the 23rd selection in the draft. More than 2 decades, the Packers have resisted using a first-round pick on a wide receiver. Tonight, that will change. The philosophy has become almost legendary among Packer fans. But football has changed. Offenses throw the ball more than ever before, transforming the NFL into what coaches jokingly call the National Passing League. Jordan Love has emerged as the franchise's next quarterback, and surrounding him with dynamic playmakers has become one of the organization's priorities. With the 23rd pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers select Matthew Golden, wide receiver, Texas. The celebration by the crowd is thunderous, but the reaction in the draft room is controlled. Some analysts will praise the selection, while others will criticize it, but inside the room, no one has time for either. The board changes, phones ring. Round 1 is over, but the work isn't. Outside, hundreds of thousands of fans celebrate this new chapter in Packers history. Inside, no one has time to think about history, only what comes next. But in 1 week, Milt hopes to leave all of this behind. He'll trade tailored suits for blue jeans, security checkpoints for gravel parking lots, television cameras from familiar faces. He'll leave behind a state-of-the-art office inside the Packers' $95 million football operations facility and return to a town that once held a bake sale and passed the hat just to buy a new batting cage net. He'll exchange the endless noise of the NFL for the quiet roads winding through Wisconsin's driftless region, where limestone bluffs rise above the Mississippi River and towns have more church steeples than stoplights. Back to the place where no one introduces him as a Packers executive, No one asks about salary caps, compensatory picks, or the draft. There, he's simply Coach Milt. Long before anyone in Green Bay trusted Milt to evaluate NFL players, he spent one unforgettable spring evaluating something much more fragile: teenage baseball players trying to figure out who they were. Next week, a handful of those former players will return to celebrate the 25th anniversary of one of the greatest seasons in Wisconsin high school baseball history. Many have children now. Some have coached teams of their own, built businesses, or became teachers. One never got the chance. For Milt, the reunion won't simply be about remembering an undefeated season. It will be about seeing the people those teenagers became. Because if there's one lesson professional football has reinforced over nearly 3 decades, it's this: talent wins games, people build organizations. Long before Milt Hendrickson evaluated future NFL players, before a Super Bowl ring, before draft rooms, before executive titles, 28 years before Milt Hendrickson sat in the Green Bay Packers draft room, a 23-year-old teacher drove south from La Crosse, Wisconsin, only wondering one thing: where the hell is DeSoto?